Good morning grade 6. Welcome back to grade 6 mathematics class. Hope you all are doing great today. Let's learn how we can compare ratios today. So let's see that with an example. So here there is a question. A company divided its profit in the ratio 4:9 amongst the employer and employees in the first year. They changed this ratio to 5:12 in the next year. Now, which of these 2 years would be more beneficial for employees? So, here you have to compare the two given ratios and find out which would be more beneficial to the employees. So, we are given in the first year, the profit was shared in the ratio 4:9, which means out of the total 13 parts, 4 parts will go to the employer and 9 parts will go to the employees. Now, in the second year, they changed this ratio, which means if the total profit is divided into 17, 5 plus 12, 17 equal parts, 5 parts will go to the employer and 12 parts will go to the employees. Now, how do we compare these two ratios? So, comparing ratios is similar to comparing fractions. So, given the ratios, let's write the corresponding fractions. So, 4:9 can be written as 4/9 and 5:12 can be written as 5/12. Now, let's compare these two fractions. So, as you can see, these are unlike fractions. So, you need to change them to like fractions first by finding out the LCM of the denominators. So, finding the LCM of 9 and 12, you get the LCM is equal to 36. The fraction 4/9 will be equal to 16/36 and the fraction 5/12 will be equal to 15/36. Now, we got the corresponding equivalent fractions which are now like fractions. So, when you compare the like fraction 16/36 and 15/36, which is more? You can see 16/36 is greater than 15/36, which means the corresponding fraction 4/9 will be greater than 5/12. Now, if you look at the first fraction given here, 16/36, it means if the total profit is divided into 36 equal parts, 16 parts will go to the employer and the remaining 20 parts will go to the employees. Now, if you look at the second fraction here, it is 15/36, which means if the profit is divided into 36 equal parts, 15 parts will go to the employer, whereas the remaining 21 parts will go to the employees. So, in which case will the employees get more? It is the second case, that is 15/36 or 5/12 or the ratio 5:12. So, when you compare these, you will see that the first year will be more beneficial to the employer, whereas the second year will be more beneficial to the employees, because in the second year, the employees will get more. So, in the textbook, there is a slight correction. It is given the first year would be more beneficial for the employees. It has to be corrected like the first year would be more beneficial to the employer, whereas the second year would be more beneficial to the employees. So, you can make the correction in your textbook. So, we will see one more example of how to compare ratios. Given the question, compare the ratios 7:18 and 16:45. So, to compare the ratios, let's first write the corresponding fractions, which means 7:18 is equal to 7/18 and 16:45 can be written as 16/45. Have a look at the fractions. They are unlike fractions. You have to change them to like fractions first. So, taking the LCM of the denominators, you will get the LCM of 18 and 45 is equal to 90. So, let's write the equivalent fractions. So, 7/18 will be equal to 35/90 and 16/45 will be equal to 32/90. Now, compare the fractions 35/90 and 32/90, which is more? 35/90 is greater than 32/90, which means the corresponding fraction 7/18 will be greater than 16/45, which means the corresponding ratio 7:18 will be greater than 16:45. So, to compare two ratios, first write the corresponding fractions, compare the fractions and decide which is greater and which is smaller. I hope this is clear to you. We have to go through this topic once again. This is given under the heading Comparison of Ratios from page number 146 in your textbook. There are a few solved examples also given in the textbook. Make sure you go through them as well. And you can also complete the first 2 questions of exercise 10.2. That is question number 1 and question number 2 of exercise 10.2. Once you are done with the answers, please do take a picture and send this through Teams. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class with a new topic. Till then, bye.